Every year, 3 million students face in school or out of school suspension, according to the United States Department of Education. Typically, these suspensions are for nonviolent behavior. Additionally, suspension affects minorities and students with disabilities at a higher rate than their peers. Civil rights data collection survey showed that black K through 12 students are 3.8 more likely to receive one or more out of school suspensions compared to the white students, and students with disabilities are more than twice as likely to be suspended as students without disabilities. Student misbehavior can be extremely disruptive to learning. It causes the teachers and administrators stress and costs classmates the valuable instructional time that the teacher has to instead spend on addressing behavioral issues. We're going to discuss the effectiveness between in school suspension and out of school suspension discipline. One of the most severe forms of discipline used in the American school is out of school suspension. When a student commits a serious grievance, such as a possession of illegal substance or engaging into a fight, out of school suspension demands a student to be absent from school and away from school grounds for a number of days. This type of discipline has a lot of unintended consequences. Number one could be the lack of trust the student has with the administrators and school teachers. After being disciplined, sometimes the students tend to lose that trust they have in their teacher. Another inconvenience is the loss of learning that the student has. When the student is on out of school suspension, they don't get to make up any of their grades that they miss. So therefore, they get zeros, which typically will lower their grade. Another problem is the parents' inconvenience, because when it's a younger child, they either have to hire a babysitter, take off work. Some may lose income because not everyone has paid vacations. So it could, inconvenience the family as far as income goes. And then some parents may just choose to leave their young kid at home, which we know is not safe. And then also achievement gaps. Typically, when students are suspended, a lot of times it's a consistent thing. It doesn't happen just once. It's a behavioral issue. So they lose a lot of instructional time throughout the school year, which can affect state assessment tests. And so just a little information on the out of school suspension. On the in school suspension, which is known as ISS, which the student still loses instructional time, but they're not taken out of the school. They are taken out of the regular classroom into a another classroom setting where they're still get their assignments, work on projects and things like that. Um, Effective, it's hard to say as far as what's effective and what's not, because a lot of the students choose to get in trouble to go to ISS because it's a vacation from the classroom. They think they can sleep and do that sort of thing. So in school, out of school suspension to me are kind of non-effective discipline. But out of school suspension research shows that it is the most ineffective tool to improve students' behavior.